Hi, Shane here. You're watching Sam for God, and this is Mark. Check her out.
So hi guys, how you doing? I've just finished a very crazy busy week. Now as you guys know, I love theatre and that means I go to theatre very regularly. Normally I go to theatre like once a week or once every 10 days or whatever. But this past week I've been to theatre 7 times. That's right, 7 times in 7 days pretty much. That's mental. That is literally mental. I've never done anything that crazy before, ever. The most I'd ever gone to a theatre was back in 2012, early 2012, and that was when I went to see Billy Elliot 6 times in 1 week, and it was still the same show, and the only reason I did that was because my favourite Mrs Wilkinson at that time was leaving, so I wanted to go and see her a lot. And I thought that was crazy at the time. A video for that is here, by the way, you can check it out if you want. But yeah, since then, which was about 2.5 years ago, I've never really been to theatre more than maybe twice a week. So 7 times in a week for me is crazy, believe me. Even for me, a big theatre fan, that's crazy. Now, I didn't plan it to go that way. I didn't think, oh, I want this week to be completely theatre-filled. It just happened somehow that all my theatre plans ended up being in 1 week, crammed in 1 week. But I just thought I'd tell you a little bit about it, just a casual chat, just talking about my theatre trips this week. On Monday, the 28th of April 2014, I went to see We Will Rock You, the musical, at the Dominion Theatre, and I've made a vlog of that, which you can check out here. Now, We Will Rock You isn't one of my favourite shows by any means, but because it's closing next month, me and my friend wanted to go and see it again, just because it's a very iconic show and I kind of wanted to experience it one last time in the West End. And it was great, it was really fun, the cast is amazing and I enjoyed it for the last time. It was pretty cool to see it one more time because, I mean, the Queen's music is incredible, so even though I don't necessarily like the show itself, I always enjoy seeing it because of the music alone. So that was fun. Then on Tuesday I had a day off, a random day off. I didn't see anything that day, in fact I stayed in all day, which was really nice. I don't think I mentioned it before, but I finished my internship on Friday the week before. It was like a 6-month internship and literally this past week was my first week off. And somehow I ended up being really busy, but it was nice to have that Tuesday off just to kind of catch up on sleep and rest a bit because, believe it or not, even though I had to wake up early every day for my internship, I still had a very messed up sleeping pattern. I still went to bed really late, so I kind of had lost a bit of sleep and it was nice to sleep a bit and rest for a bit. But then all the craziness started again on Wednesday. Wednesday was the 30th of April and I saw 2 shows that day, something that I don't generally like to do at all. I normally completely try and avoid seeing 2 shows in one day because, I don't know, it just exhausts me normally, but it was fun. It was fun on Wednesday and somehow I just did it. Basically, one of my friends from university, it was her birthday on Tuesday and she'd been asking me to go and see Wicked with me for quite a few years now. And I've always been like, oh no, I don't know, I don't really feel like going and stuff. Especially because I prefer the Wicked touring cast at the moment and she really wants to see it in London because she lives in London, so why would she want to travel around? But then because it was her birthday on Tuesday, I was like, okay, finally I'm gonna be nice, a nice friend, a good friend, and actually take her to see Wicked in London. So I woke up early on Wednesday, went to day seat, Wicked. The day seat wasn't even that bad, I got there at around maybe 9:30 and there was only about maybe 6 people in front of me. So it was good. I was really happy about that. We went to see the matinee of Wicked, front row. It was really weird to be back at the Apollo Victoria Theatre because I'm so used to seeing Wicked on tour now, the touring production of it with Nicky Davies-Jones and Emily Tierney. It was just really weird to be back in that theatre. I hadn't been there since I don't know, early December of last year. But I'm going to be honest with you, it was probably one of my least favourite performances of Wicked ever. I don't necessarily really know why. I guess I didn't really like the cast that much and it just didn't feel exciting in any way, to be honest, but I still enjoyed it because my friend seemed to enjoy it and the fact that she was having a good time and, finally got to see a show that she wanted to see for a very long time made me happy and it was nice because I had a meal afterwards with her and stuff and it was great to catch up with her. So that was nice. Also, I forgot to mention, before I went to see Wicked, the matinee, I had a job interview, so that was even crazier. Literally, I day seated at 10 o'clock, I got the tickets at 10 o'clock, went back home, had a quick shower, then I had to go off to my interview, and yeah, that made it even more crazy because I was literally travelling all around, and also, there was a tube strike on Wednesday, so that made things even more difficult, but somehow I still survived. I made it in time for my interview, which was really nice. I was so stressed out that I wasn't going to make it, but I still made it, and the interview went fairly well, I think, but hopefully, I don't know, we shall find out later. If I don't get the job, whatever. If I do get it, great. So yeah, I did the interview and I had to go back to Wicked and meet my friend and all that. But yeah, it was nice to see my friend. Then in the evening, on Wednesday, me and my friend spontaneously decided to go and see Avenue Q. Now if you've been following this channel for a few years, you'd know that Avenue Q is one of my absolute favourite shows of all time. It's been on my favourite list since the first time I saw it and I hadn't actually seen the show since 2011. The last time I saw the show was when it was touring back in 2011 and I actually used to make videos about that as well and I made a video about the last time I saw it, the tour, back in 2011, which you can check out here if you want. But anyway, I hadn't seen it for a few years and I wasn't really planning on going back just because I really liked that last cast that I saw of that tour. But then I saw a performance of Avenue Q at West End Live back in April, last month pretty much, back in. And I saw that one of the cast members from that tour was in it still, and I was like, I really want to go and see it now. It looks like a really good cast, and I missed that show, so shall we go and see it? Now, Avenue Q is touring again this year, which means that it's not in London, it was in Greenwich. Greenwich is not too far from London, but it's still quite far. And considering there was a tube strike on Wednesday, it made life very difficult for me trying to get to that theatre. Oh my god, it was probably one of my worst experiences ever on the tube. Wow, just thinking about it again makes me horrified. It was disgusting being on that tube. But somehow I still managed to make it there on time, even though I had a meal after the Wicked with my friend and everything. It was a very stressful journey, but I made it. I met my friend there, and we went to see Avenue Q in the Greenwich Theatre, which is actually a very nice theatre. I've never been to that theatre before, but it's really cool. It was so nice to see Avenue Q again. I love that show with all my heart. It's just such a great show. And it made me happy to see it again, and it's a great cast, and I will actually make a review about this touring cast again, so that should be out in the next few days. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't to see it later. But yeah, it was just really nice to see it again. I was literally laughing my way through that show. And also, that cast member that I told you about, she plays Christmas Eve, and Christmas Eve is a character name, by the way, if you haven't seen the show. And she used to be in the touring production back in 2011 as well, and she also did the West End when Avenue Q was in the West End, so she's been in the production for quite a while, and I've known her for a few years, but we kind of lost contact because she used to be on Facebook, but she's not on Facebook anymore, and we don't really talk anymore, so I hadn't really spoken to her in a few years, but it was nice to see her on stage. And then I don't know if you know, but there's a scene in Avenue Q in Act 2 where some of the cast members come into the audience to collect some money. That's what I'm going to say because I don't want to ruin it for you, but yeah, in that scene, she was one of the people who came into the audience. And me and my friend probably sat in, I think, row 5 or 6, and somehow, by complete chance, she came towards my direction. It was really random, but she was just kind of like walking as she was singing the song with all the other cast members, and she spotted me, and she got so excited to see me, and I was so excited to see her, and it was like a really random, cool moment of just seeing each other after a long time, and she gave me a big hug as she was singing along, and it was just a really cool experience. It was like a really nice, fun reunion. I never thought the next time I was going to see her was going to be like that, during a show, because it was literally during a show. She was singing along, she couldn't stop and chat or anything. She just looked really happy and surprised to see me, and I was happy to see her when we gave each other a hug, and she carried on with the song, and then after the show I obviously saw her and we caught up and everything, and it was nice. But yeah, that was my experience of Avenue Q. Going back home after Avenue Q though was a mission, trust me. It's one of the worst journeys I've ever had. I got the DLR from Greenwich back to, I think, Bank. And then suddenly, it was like, I don't know, maybe 11 o'clock at night. It was announced that there's absolutely no more tubes going from that station westbound. And I live somewhere in the west in London, and that was it. I was stuck. I couldn't go anywhere because there was absolutely no tube. I tried a few different tube lines in that station, but none of them were running. They had all stopped because of the stupid tube strike. So I had to go up the station, and I was trying to find a taxi because I was so tired, literally, because I day skipped in the morning, and it was like a really long day. And I just wanted to go home, but I couldn't even find a taxi because obviously when there's a tube strike, everybody else wants taxis as well, so all the taxis were full. I saw so many taxis, but they were all full, and I was like, God, I'm not going to get home tonight. I don't know, I wasn't even that far from home, but I was just really annoyed about the whole thing. I was probably about an hour away from home. If walking distance would have been an hour, I could have walked home, but it would have taken me an hour, and I didn't want to do that. So I just kind of stayed there outside the Bank station just for about, I don't know, 45 minutes, trying to figure out what to do. In the end, I decided to get a bus. The bus took about half an hour to come, but it didn't even go to where I wanted to go, so then I had to get off the bus and get another bus from there, and it was just a really long, annoying journey. But yeah, I didn't let it ruin my night because it was great. I loved Avenue Q, and it was nice to meet my friends, and it was a good day overall. Then comes Thursday, and this was a day that I was really looking forward to actually. One of my friends hadn't seen Billy Elliot before, and he really wanted to see it. And as you guys know, I'm a big Billy Elliot fan, so I was like, yeah, should we go together because I love Billy, and I always like going with somebody who's not seen Billy before because it's always nice to see what they think of it for the first time. So we'd already booked our tickets for Billy Elliot. We're going to go to the matinee of that show. So on Thursday matinee, me and my friend went to see Billy Elliot. As always, it was an incredible show. I've never been to see Billy and not come out feeling like completely amazed. It's one of the few shows I've seen many times, and I still get amazed by it every single time. It's just such an amazing show. So it was an incredible performance. Also, I quite enjoyed seeing it again because the current cast of Billy Elliot is leaving very soon. They're leaving next Saturday. And some of the cast members I've seen so many times, and they've been in the show for a very long time, and I am going to miss them when they leave, so it's nice to see them again. Of course, I'm going to go next Saturday as well for cast change, and I'll be making a vlog hopefully of that, so again, be sure to check that out when it comes out. But yeah, that was really nice, and my friend really loved it as well, which is always nice. I always get really nervous when people see Billy Elliot with me for the first time, just in case they don't like it, but my friend really loved it, and he actually wants to go back very soon to see that particular Billy again. We saw Bradley Parade that day, and I'd seen him before, but I hadn't seen him for a while, so it was nice to see him again and see how amazing he's become, because he was great when I first saw him a few months ago, but he's literally improved so much that, I don't know, he's just amazing. So yeah, after Billy Elliot, we went to the Richmond Theatre in Richmond. Luckily the tube's running properly this time. So we went to Richmond to see Seven Brides, Seven Brothers, which is also one of my favourite recent shows. I love that show, I love that film, but I saw the touring production of it, a live performance of it for the first time last year. I made a review about it here, which you can watch here. And I really loved it. Seven Brides, Seven Brothers is a great musical, and this production of it, this touring production of it, the current touring production of it, is absolutely amazing. It was in one of my favourite shows of last year that I'd seen. It's just a really, really good production, I think, with an incredible cast, and I really wanted to go and see it one last time. It was my third time seeing this touring production, and my last time as well, because the tour is ending next week, and yeah, I was just happy to see it one more time, and my friend hadn't seen it before, so it was cool for him to get to see it for the first time as well, and I really enjoyed it. I really loved that show, I really loved that cast, I really loved that touring production. It was kind of sad to see it for the last time, but I spent the whole show just smiling and enjoying it, and yeah, if you did get the chance to see this touring production of Seven Brides, Seven Brothers, you've got 1 week to go and see it. I think it's in somewhere in up north next week, I'm not sure where, but do check it out if you can, because it's a great cast, and it's a really, really fun show. So fun, so energetic, so lively, I love it. So that was it, that was Thursday. Then we get to Friday. Friday was actually quite relaxing, because again I had the day to myself. Just remember, I'd just done 2 double shows in a row. That's crazy. I'd done 4 shows in 2 days, and for somebody like me who's normally against doing that, that's amazing. I mean, why did I do that? It was actually really fun though. It was tiring, but it was fun. But yeah, it was nice to have my whole day of Friday free. But in the evening, I went to the Novella Theatre in London to see Mamma Mia with some of my friends. And the cool thing about this one was that it was my first time being in a theatre box. I'd been in some boxes before for like concerts and stuff, but I'd never been in a box in a theatre in the West End. So that was really, really cool. It was so awesome. I remember I literally got there and I opened the door and I was like, oh my god, we had a proper room to ourselves with like really nice sofas and nice paintings and stuff. There was even a nice toilet just for us, and it was just really, really nice. It was completely worth the £40 because they were £40 to sit in the box. But it was so cool, and I really want to do it again actually. Apparently I found out later that that's actually the box that Cameron McIntosh uses whenever he goes to see the show in that theatre, which is really cool. And yeah, we definitely took advantage of the room that we had, as you can see here. There is nothing. Oh, 1, 2, 3, slot drop. It's a proper Thomas. No, yeah, wait, stay there. I'll go to first. And slot drop. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're just being very silly in the interval, but honestly it was so cool, and the view was really good as well. Normally when I see people in boxes I'm like, why would you sit there, because surely you can't see that well, but actually at the Novella Theatre anyway, the view wasn't bad at all. It was really, really good. You actually felt like you were on stage with the actors in a really weird way. It was also really cool because you could kind of see everybody in the audience, and it was a Friday night, so the theatre was packed, and it was just nice to be able to like look into the audience and see everybody. And it was also kind of weird as well because obviously they could see you as well, and I felt very visible to everyone, which is kind of embarrassing, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was probably one of my favourite times seeing that show actually. And I love Mamma Mia now. It's weird to say it, but yeah, I absolutely love that show. It's such a fun show. It always makes me smile, and the current cast anyway, is absolutely amazing. Diane Pilkington, Kim Ismay, everybody, I mean the ensemble, everyone in that show at the moment is fantastic. And yeah, now let's get to Saturday, which was my last show of the week. Whew. Finally, on Saturday, me and my friend went to Leicester to see a new musical called Water Babies. Now, I'd booked to see this a while ago, so yeah, in a way it was actually probably the show that I was looking forward to the most, because it was the only show in that week that I hadn't seen before. It was the only new show that I was going to see that week. And it's always exciting seeing new shows, so I was very much looking forward to it. I kind of missed my train on the day, because I'm an idiot, and I just got there late. We were meant to get the 11:15 train from St Pancras, and I don't know, I just didn't make it for some reason. But then I got there and my friend was like, okay, surely we can get on the next train. And the next one was at 11:29, I believe. His tickets were fine. His tickets were the ones that you can literally go on any train for. But mine was only for 11:15, and I didn't realise that. So I was just like, yeah, let's go, it's fine. And I managed to go through the barriers and it was all good. We got on the 11:29 train and everything was fine. I was like, yeah, we're finally making it. And then I don't know, maybe halfway through the journey, some lady came to like check our tickets and stuff. She looked at my ticket and she was like, you're not meant to be on this train, you know? And I was like, oops. She was like, yeah, that's not your train. And I was like, yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't realise. Luckily, she was really nice and she didn't like fine me or anything. So thank you to that lady, whoever you were. That's really nice of you, I appreciate it. But yeah, I definitely learned my lesson to try and not miss trains, because I've done that too many times, I think, in recent years. I normally either miss trains or make them in literally the very last few seconds. And I don't want my journeys to be stressful anymore, so hopefully from now on I'm going to try and get there early. Anyway, Water Babies itself, I'm not going to say much about it because I'm going to make a review about it, possibly up in the next few days. But I did enjoy it. It was really, really fun. It was very magical, and it was just really nice to see it because one of my favourite actresses in the show, and I hadn't seen her for a while, so it was great to see her, and she was really enjoying the show. So yeah, and it was also nice to see some other like theatre fans there because quite a few theatre fans I know were there that day, so it was nice to just see them because I hadn't seen them for a while and kind of catch up with them for a bit. And yeah, it was a nice way to end my crazy theatre week. So that's it. I got back to London on Saturday evening, and I just thought, wow, did I really do that? 7 shows in 7 days. Crazy. It was a really enjoyable week though, and I think in contrast, next week is going to be a weird one because I haven't got much planned apart from Billy Elliot Saturday evening, and because I haven't got my internship anymore, I'm pretty much free. I'm going to be home pretty much all day, and that's weird. Hopefully I'll get a new job soon, because I just don't like not doing things, and also because I need to be able to finance my theatre trips in the future. It's a good thing that I got paid literally on Friday before this whole crazy week. But yeah, I don't want to think about how much money I spent this week because at the end of the day I had a really fun week. It was really great, and it's not something I'm going to do every time. In fact, I don't think I'll ever do it again. Actually, maybe I should try and up this and make it even better next time and see maybe 8 or 9 shows in a week. That could be a challenge for me in like a year's time or whatever. But yeah, that's what I want to say today. Sorry if this was a very long video. I just wanted to chat with you and let you know about my crazy theatre week. And of course, reviews for some of these shows are going to be up very soon. Water Babies definitely, and also Avenue Q. So look out for those. And guys, as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!